In 2025, the politics around Georgian wine are as layered as a vintage Saperavi, and the story starts in Tbilisi with a dramatic policy turn. The government moved in August to end direct subsidies for private wine producers for this year's harvest, and in their place, a state-owned buyer called Harvest Management Company LLC will step in to purchase surplus grapes at fixed prices. The stated aim is stability for growers, stronger incentives for quality, and better odds on the global stage. Even so, questions trail the announcement. Supporters point to a safety net for farmers, while critics worry about long-term costs and unintended market distortions. Opposition parties have not fully trained their fire on this reform, in part because their energy is tied up in a broader parliamentary boycott, and reactions among vintners and growers are mixed. Some welcome guaranteed offtake, others fret about losing direct support, and about navigating a new system in the middle of harvest decisions. While that debate unfolds at home, the export picture adds pressure. In the first half of the year, shipments to Russia fell by roughly 34.5% in value. Part of the slide reflects the economic troubles in Russia, and part reflects Georgia's deliberate push to reduce dependence on a politically volatile buyer. That push has deep roots, since wine embargoes have been used as leverage against Georgia before, and the industry no longer wants to be caught flat-footed. With that in mind, attention keeps shifting to other markets. The European Union remains the focal point thanks to the trade framework under the DCFTA, and overall trade with the EU rose by about 6.6% year-on-year in the first quarter. Even so, access alone does not guarantee easy wins. Georgian producers face tough competition and the slow work of building brand recognition with consumers who may know Chianti and Rioja, but not Sinandali or Kinsmarauli. Complicating the picture further, the broader political climate at home carries consequences abroad. Over the summer, warnings surfaced that visa-free travel to the EU could come under review if Georgia appears to drift from democratic norms. That possibility highlights how domestic governance and European integration are tightly linked, and how those links can ripple straight into wine sales, marketing budgets, and long-term investment plans. Amid these cross-currents, there is also a defensive play on intellectual property. Georgia joined the Geneva Act of the Lisbon Agreement in 2025 to strengthen global protection for appellations of origin. Names like Kinsmarauli and Sinandali should now be better shielded in foreign markets, which matters when a country is trying to diversify away from one dominant buyer and ensure its heritage wines are not diluted or misused abroad. Stepping back, the narrative is familiar, yet newly urgent. Georgia's 8 millennia of winemaking have taught resilience, and that tradition now meets a trio of tests at once. One is a domestic support model being rebuilt in real time. Another is a pivot away from a historically large but politically fraught customer. The third is an ambitious European path that offers opportunity along with scrutiny. How well the country balances these forces will shape not only the livelihoods of growers and producers this season, but also the long arc of Georgia's economic strategy and its footing in a changing geopolitical landscape.